So the first thing we're going to see is the E-Dragon. You want to put it down where there's not a lot of stuff shooting at it. Unfortunately, you can kind of see where it's at. It actually has quite a few things. It had that Tesla that was whacking it. It had a archer tower. It had a wizard tower. It had a multi of those. Only the Tesla was really high damage, and of course you can't really plan for that unless you've already got a scout on the base. But you do want your E-Drag to go where it can get a bunch of value. It looks like he's got a king coming in at I look at clocks, but let's say that is 10:30, and it's whacking the elixir again. Didn't know that Tesla was there, but the king is good because if you put him correctly, you can get him to walk the direction you want and create the other side of the funnel. Other things you could use for a funnel would be, you know, the traditional queen walk or a warden walk, or you could use a P.E.K.K.A., something that you don't have to babysit a lot, that you can kind of predict the direction it's going to go. It's going to clear out some of that side. King, of course, does not get much penetration on that, and he won't. But he is going to walk south like you should. And then you can see where things are coming in the middle there, where you see the P.E.K.K.A.s go down. The king is going to attract him in that couple of buildings that were left up there. The wall wrecker is going in. Ideally, you would have had all of the P.E.K.K.A.s out in front because they can tank the beam of the Inferno. If you count the P.E.K.K.A.s, there should have been, probably 4 or 5. It's nice if you can have 5 tanks, which could include your king, could include your wall wrecker, could include your queen, but she tends to hang back a little bit more. Sometimes you can throw some giants in there too, although really you might as well just go with the P.E.K.K.A.s. Because you've got 5 beams on an Inferno. So if you can get 5 tanks, then you don't have your Inferno chewing up your bowlers. And then here, because there wasn't a queen walk or a warden walk, the healers go in just behind. You can throw out a Coco Loon in front of them if you want, but you really don't have to. He did bring a loon, and really he should have thrown that out in front of the E-Drag, just in case there had been traps, but didn't end up needing to. So the wall wrecker is going to go in. As soon as they enter into the base, one of the nice things you can do is hit the rage. He was a little bit, didn't need that warden right there, I think, but usually that very first hit of that EA where it's slapping down on your stuff, unless you've got a tornado trap or something you're saving it for, that's always a good place to hit it, because you know you're going to prevent a lot of damage there. Things are under rage. You're going to get your maximum clearing out of the base going on right there. So he's going in and he's just going to let his stuff work. He's going to see how much he can get. With the bats, the things that you really want to avoid if you can are your splash damage. And there's a couple things that bats really, really hate. You can see down here, there is a wizard tower. It looks like it's about to go down. That'd be great. You can see here we've got an Inferno tower left up, and we've got the other wizard tower here. He has 2 freezes that he's brought, and an ice golem. Oh, and we've got another wizard tower down here. So those are 4 splash buildings that can all get your bats. He has 3 things that can go ahead and occupy those between his ice golem and 2 freezes. So he's going to hope that he can get 1 more down. And it looks like, in fact, this wizard tower is pretty much gone. And with the queen over here, there's a good chance that wizard tower is going to go down too. So we'll just wait and kind of see. One of the things with bat spells is just plain patience. You got to make sure that things are ready. Now, he chose to do a bat bomb instead of a bat wave. So what he did was he actually dropped some bat spells there with a freeze spell. Because the rest of his stuff is taken care of, he got rid of the wizard tower here and the wizard tower here. There is now the wizard tower down here that he has, because the ice golem came in. Even though it hit a Tesla, it's still where the wizard tower is targeting it, so it will be occupied by that. When he dropped the bat spells, most likely what I see a lot of people do, and I didn't catch that in slow motion, and of course I can't rewind because thank you Supercell. So probably drop about 2 bat spells, then your freeze, then the rest of the bat spells, because those first couple of milliseconds or whatever before that first freeze takes effect. You don't have many bats, but now that they're starting to accumulate momentum, you've got that freeze for maximum effect. And he used both freezes there. You'll see the bats spread out. Normally you like to kind of control the direction. This is kind of just going everywhere, but because he had that wizard tower occupied and there wasn't much left, it was pretty effective. And then at this point, he's just going to go ahead and clean up the base. He's got a couple of troops here for cleanup, which is perfect. He's got that loon he forgot to use before, and he's got some wizards. I actually like to bring a little bit more cleanup with the bats, just because sometimes they can leave a lot of the base left, and time, because of that patience, really can be a factor.